the overhand right. Here's a straight right.
Only way that Logan can land that lucky punch, okay, the lucky punch, has to be totally unlucky. The dojo, I'm gonna do some breakdown, okay? So I can give you some real good information. Look, I like breaking down real stuff, real martial arts based stuff, real combat sports stuff, and there is an element to that to this Logan Paul Floyd Mayweather fight. And I like to find, like, to break the odds, right? I like to discuss the potential of the 1%, right? Instead of just saying, yeah, there's no way. I thought there was a chance Ben was gonna win, and I wanted to ride on that, and I like focusing on the underdog, okay? So Logan happens to be the underdog on this one, so that part is exciting. Floyd Mayweather, this is about similar stature, right? Logan, Floyd. Floyd, let's get this out of the way. Best counter fighter ever, right? You could argue that. Not known for knocking people out, however, can knock people out. Okay, so you can't just like walk in like this, boom, boom, boom. So as a counter fighter, that means he's gonna be very good at a few things. Number one, he's gonna be very good at eliciting techniques from you, which means he's gonna draw you out with feints. Okay, because he wants you to go first. He's not just being defensive and just avoiding. He actually wants you to go first, so that he can elicit an action by drawing you out, by lowering his hands or stepping in a certain way, so that when you, right, throw a certain shot, he's ready for it, he's fast, he's got good timing, great eye contact, he can land his counters, boom, and slip away, okay? He's very good at also going first because he's so good at feinting. So you start feinting, over feinting, and then he's just able to get his combination and go back out. So he's very good at being first, he's very fast, non-telegraphic, so he can get in and get out. He's very good at being second. Okay, which means he's going to elicit an attack from you, he's going to defend, and then counter something, and then get out of there. What that means for Logan, a couple things. Number one, he's not going to be able to impose his will, okay, and throw punches like how he's hitting the bag, stand there, get him into the corner, and bully him. You can tell now Logan's punches seem a little wide. He could be showing this, trying to throw him off. I don't really think that's the thing. It never ends up working out. His punches do look a little wide. Floyd is going to roll every hook, okay, catch every cross. He's going to roll the cross. He's going to roll the backhand. He's going to be on the rope. He can do the rope-a-dope and just lean. He's going to counter Logan all day. Logan's not going to be able to land the lucky shot. So that's what I want to discuss is the lucky shot. How can Logan land the quote-unquote lucky shot? It's not going to be like a looping hook that's going to catch Floyd. If that was the case, then Floyd would have gotten caught by a bunch of people already who are faster and hit harder than Logan. Logan's obviously not going to outbox him. That doesn't need to be explained. He's not going to be able to walk him down, okay, and do this and bully him. Unless Floyd is just now 75 years old, okay, and lost all of his skill. He's not going to be able to do that, right? He's going to get gassed out and get countered all day, especially with his hands down and get popped. Floyd's going to draw him out. Here is where Logan can land. This video is sponsored by NordVPN. Get yourself a VPN and surf the web freely and securely. You can use it up to 6 different devices, all right? And you get a 70% off deal by using code FazeSensei at checkout, or go to nordvpn.com/FazeSensei. All right, so again, 70% off. It only comes down to $3 and change per month, and also it's a 30-day money-back guarantee. Super easy to use. Again, 6 devices that you can use on your account, and you can surf the web and watch fights, watch Jake Paul versus who knows what. Okay, Logan Paul and Floyd Mayweather, watch that one no matter where you are pretty much on the planet. Okay, you'll be able to watch this and stream. So again, go to nordvpn.com/FazeSensei or use FazeSensei at checkout. That quote-unquote lucky shot, even though it's not going to be lucky whatsoever, it's going to require a lot of skill. It's the most difficult thing to do in martial arts against elite strikers. If you look at the Maidana punch,
think of the left hook and the overhand right. Here's a straight right.
And that's the difference right there. It's Maidana.
And the McGregor punch. What you have to do with counter fighters, all right, this is the counter fighter here, you must punch with them. With Floyd, you're not going to be second. You're not going to be able to get in there and then get back out of there. And you're not going to counter him. You're not going to defend and then throw a punch in return. He's going to be too fast to get in and out. Logan has to, play around, mess with the distance and try to survive for a little bit, but he has to try to punch with him. If you look at Conor McGregor, the punch that he landed, the only success he had is when he punched with Floyd. That means when Floyd threw a right hand, he just shot the uppercut right away. Floyd's action of the punch initiated Conor's counter uppercut, right? He just threw it. So it's a good old-fashioned GKD. We call it the ultimate counter is interception, which means you're going to intercept. That means you have to intercept the strike. As he's punching, you must trade with him and punch at the same time. It doesn't mean just swing it for the fences, but the only time you can catch Floyd, the only time he's been caught, but it's not only time, he's been caught a few times. And if you look at the Shane Mosley one, Shane Mosley used his elite skill and speed to draw the Philly shell and then landed a right hand over the top. I do not think that's going to happen with Logan. That there is a potential for that, but that's like even less of a chance. To me, the best chance is while Floyd is overconfident and underestimating Logan and walking forward, doing what he did to Conor. You saw in the first fight with Conor, right? Conor was just trying to jab and do all this and trying to initiate a lot of the striking. He got gassed out, and Floyd's just, on his defense. And then by the end, he was gassed out and he ran him over. Logan has to not punch himself out. Can't try to, fight him in the corner. He has to, throw a bunch of trash, which means a bunch of stuff just to keep Floyd honest. And then he has to try to trade with him, okay? Trade with him. There's a clip I have of Wonderboy when I'm sparring him. I literally cannot do anything. He's feinting me like crazy. I'm overreacting to his feints. I can't land anything. And I just get in my head, I go, you know what? I'm just going to punch when he punches and hope for the best. And there was only thing that I did that was any success that he came in with like a 1-2, and I just ducked my head and threw an overhand at the same time, and it kind of like grazed whatever. But that was the only time I got to really land something that was considered effective. Only way that Logan can land that lucky punch, okay, the lucky punch has to be totally unlucky, which means it has to require perfect timing and skill. It can't just be winging for the fences. It's not going to work. So that's just good information for you guys who are training. If someone is more skilled than you and they're a good counter fighter, and you feel like you can't make contact with them and they keep hitting you and then you miss, or you go to punch them and you miss, you get countered, you have to wait for them to go to hit you, and that must elicit your attack. Right, so as soon as the jab comes in, you bite down your mouthpiece, and at the same time as you see the jab, instead of trying to cover and cross or parry and then cross, you have to bite down your mouthpiece, rotate, boom, and cross at the same time. So as the jab is coming, even if you get grazed, you're countering with that hand. You saw that's how Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez. A lot of knockouts happen this way. Trading, okay, but it's effective trading, not just like, because if you just do it wild, the more skilled guy is going to win that trade. You have to take advantage of the opportunity. When is a fighter most vulnerable? When he's throwing a strike. Obviously, unless he's like this. But when he's throwing a strike, that's when he's most vulnerable. That's the hardest time to attack, though, because you're just trying to defend. But if Logan is training that way, I think that if Floyd really underestimates him, like he did Conor in that moment, and just kind of like walks forward and just throws like a lazy punch, with the 30-pound, weight gap difference, I think if Logan lands clean and sits on a shot, he could do it. Now, giant elephant in the room, Logan never threw his right hand against KSI, right? So that was the one thing you saw KSI coming forward, and Logan just didn't sit down and turn his hips and throw a straight punch. He threw the uppercut when KSI was coming in and caught him good. So that's how Logan has to do it. You're not going to outbox him. You're not going to bully him. You're not going to put him in the corner. You're not going to be able to, out-wrestle him and work him like Conor did. You're not going to outbox him, use your speed. You have to get him to underestimate you, and then you got to punch with Floyd. So we'll see if he can do it. I think I'm going to break down to Canelo and Saunders, and maybe some other ones coming up. But yeah, leave a like and subscribe, and let me know what do you think the odds are that Logan lands the lucky punch. Oos.